The following program is brought to you by Pizza Productions. Bro.
Hey, how are you? What are you doing? Oh shit, you're listening to another episode of the Totally Necessary Wrestling Podcast. I'm your fucking host, Kevin Porter. What's up, guys? How's it going? Yeah? Did you have a good Thanksgiving? Is it a good Black Friday? I don't know what day you're listening to this. Technically, we're releasing this on a Thursday, but I think most people will listen to it on a Friday, which is technically Black Friday. I don't fucking know. Do any of you guys participate in that? I don't. I gotta fucking work today. So, oh man, that's my fucking life. Gotta work. I've always had to fucking work on Black Friday. Fucking bullshit. Anyway, guys, welcome to an all new episode of the Totally Necessary Wrestling Podcast. Again, I am your host, Kevin Porter, and we are here to talk about the week that was professional wrestling. Holy shit, guys, and what a week it was. We're coming off post Survivor Series. We're coming off post NXT War Games. So it was a somewhat eventful week, I suppose, in the week of wrestling. I definitely think Ring of Honor, we'll get to it here later on, but I had a really solid outing on TV this week, so we'll get there. We'll get there in a moment. But let's go ahead and kick off covering this past Monday night. We saw Monday Night Raw kick off with Baron Corbin and Stephanie McMahon kicking off Monday Night Raw, basically coming out and gloating about how Monday Night Raw is so much fucking better than Smackdown and how, you know, they're better and they're winners and Shane McMahon sucks a big fat dick. I don't know. So this is what they're basically saying. And this is prompted Baron Corbin to basically tell Stephanie, hey, Stephanie, you remember last night? You remember that hand job in the fucking quarter? No, wait. Actually, you promised that you were going to give me that. The full-time general manager position here on Monday Night Raw. And before Stephanie could answer, we heard Braun Strowman music, and Braun came out basically stating, hey, guess what, Stephanie? I also got a hand job in the corner, but you also promised me fucking Baron Corbin and a Universal Championship match. So Stephanie, being the fucking woman of her word, told both Baron and Braun that they'd be facing off at TLC in like a month's time frame on December the 14th. And if Braun wins, he gets his Universal Championship match against Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. And or if Baron Corbin wins, he gets full control of Monday Night Raw. So in essence, I mean, you know, Stephanie's kind of a liar because she did tell him, like, basically, if I remember correctly, the way she convinced fucking Braun to be on Team Raw was that, you know, if he was on the team, that, you know, he would get Baron and a Universal Championship match. So now he gets Baron, but now he has to earn that Universal title match even more, which, you know, whatever, Kevin Porter, you're being fucking picky. So, I mean, it's not like a deal breaker. I mean, it's not like I'm really looking forward to fucking Baron Corbin and Braun Strowman. I mean, I don't know. I don't really care that fucking much. So, it is what it is, I suppose. I mean, and apparently this is going to be your TLC match as well. So, it's like I don't want to say it's going to be the main event of the show, but it's possible. I fucking hope not, dude. I hope Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles fucking main events fucking TLC. Nobody wants to see Braun Strowman and fucking Baron Corbin. Oh, what's your main event tonight, guys? Oh, well, okay, guys. Hey, check this out. We got Braun Strowman. Oh, yeah, Braun Strowman, he's really good. And you got Baron Corbin. Baron fucking who? Oh my fucking gosh, I might as well go out into a fucking field and pour gasoline all over myself and light myself on fucking fire. Jeez, fucking Baron Corbin. No one wants to see that shit. So we ultimately, though, were given a 6-man tag match, elimination style, a la Survivor Series the night before. So we saw Braun Strowman teaming up with Finn Balor and Elias taking on Baron Corbin, Bobby Lashley, and Drew McIntyre, which Drew McIntyre really wasn't fucking featured on Monday Night Raw. So this past Monday. So I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's going on there. You'd think he would have had a bigger role, but I mean, if there's not a lot for him to do, there's not a lot for him to do. Ultimately, we saw Finn Balor get eliminated. We saw, I think, Elias eventually got eliminated. And then we just saw a complete and utter beatdown of fucking Braun Strowman basically being written off TV for the next couple weeks because apparently it's come out in the fucking news that Braun Strowman needs fucking elbow surgery. They don't apparently think that it's too serious because obviously they're booking the next 2 pay-per-views with him in mind in terms of a major role. But, I mean, for all we know, if he can't make it, they'll come up with some sort of bullshit explaining why. I mean, it's kind of fucking, I remember, like 4 or 5 years ago when CM Punk had to get he had to get some sort of surgery of some kind, and basically, yeah, they forced him into a TLC match coming right out of fucking, his first contest back out of surgery, and it's like, fucking here we are. I think his may have been knee, I don't know, it could have been the elbow, but, that's kind of weird. I don't know, I didn't even think about that until just now, but the similarity between CM Punk and Braun Strowman in regards to this situation. It's at TLC nonetheless, and they're both in TLC matches. So it was pretty fucking violent, the Braun Strowman beatdown. I thought it was good. I thought it was a good way to, get him off TV. It's kind of, man, it's just really dwindling in terms of the baby faces on Monday Night Raw. I guess Seth Rollins is your main de facto baby face at this point, so it is what it is. Speaking of Seth Rollins, we did see him address Dean Ambrose on Raw. This kind of started a whole series of backstage events. Kind of a whole story was told within the episode of Monday Night Raw, and it was it was somewhat enjoyable. I mean, like I did like the spot with fucking Dean, later on in the evening, like just basically walking past fucking. Seth while he in the background or whatever while Seth was talking to the fucking interview lady, which I don't even know her name. I mean, do any of us really care? No, we don't. It's like Kathy Kelly or some shit. I don't fucking know. I don't think that's Kathy Kelly. I think Kathy Kelly's another one. You see her more on like NXT or some shit. Yeah, so, we saw ultimately what happens at the very end of the show, but this kind of was the beginning. I'm really, I do enjoy Dean Ambrose's, oh yeah, that's right, Dean Ambrose brought up the whole thing about fucking Roman Reigns deserving to get cancer and shit, and like how basically he's saying like, hey man, we were all a bunch of fucking pieces of shit, and now fucking, karma's coming up, picking us off one by one. And I know a lot of people kind of shit all over that Roman Reigns leukemia line, but that's pretty fucking hard, man, but it is what it is, man. It's professional wrestling, so it's fucking professional wrestling, man. So I don't know what you're fucking supposed to do here, but I guess that would be like the main, talking point that at least came off that at least initial segment there. We saw Sasha Banks and Bayley taking on Tamina and Nia Jax. I actually did see this tag match here. Nia Jax is still fucking hot garbage. Tamina, you can lump yourself in with that hot garbage fucking flaming mess there. Nia Jax, they're building her up for Ronda Rousey at TLC, it looks like. So Banks and Bayley, formidable baby faces to put over Jax and Tamina in the situation. I mean, again, Jax is being built up, so it's obvious that she's gonna, they're gonna win the match. Yeah, is what it is, guys. Not much else really to fucking say there. In a match I didn't see, which I would rather have seen this than fucking hot garbage fucking Nia Jax, Lucha House Party taking on the fucking Revival. Lucha House Party, man. I don't get to see a lot of these guys because, again, I watch the fucking Hulu version. So I like the Revival. I like all of the Lucha House Party members. I like Kalisto, Grand Metalik, Lince Dorado. All solid fucking technicians, bro. All solid. Kalisto is actually like my youngest kid's fucking favorite. Like when we saw WWE, like it was like about a year ago, and then I think that was like the major drawing point for my kid. I was like, oh, fucking Kalisto's gonna be there. I was like, no fucking shit, Kalisto. Fuck yeah, dude. So we saw ultimately Lucha House Party defeat the Revival. It's good to see the Lucha House Party on Monday Night Raw. I know they're supposed to be like 205 members, but it's good to see him. Good to see him out there and shit and fucking, getting their faces on TV, motherfuckers. So, we did see a Raw Women's Championship match. We saw ultimately Ronda Rousey come out and basically demand a fucking title defense of her own against a random member of the Raw roster. Baron Corbin came down and tried to stop her. Ronda Rousey basically promised that next chance she gets, she is going to beat the shit out of fucking Charlotte. So we're going to see a continuation of that. I don't know exactly where everything is going, but I use this a lot, but tickle me fucking pink, motherfuckers. I'm enjoying this Ronda Rousey, Charlotte, Becky Lynch whole fucking crazy triangle feud, whatever, dude. I'm looking forward to it, dude. So give me that next chapter. So anyway, Ronda Rousey fucking comes out, just beats being what she needs to be, just a fucking total fucking badass. And then this ultimately results in Mickie James coming out to accept the championship opportunity. Ronda Rousey put on a good match, dude. I've fucking every time I've seen her wrestle like on TV, it's always been a solid match. So this segment was definitely one of my favorites from Monday night. I think seeing the continuation with Ronda Rousey, it was really fun. Bobby Roode took on, and Chad Gable took on AOP. Another thing I didn't see, obviously, Hulu doesn't give a shit about the tag team scene at all, because there's, I didn't see this. It'd be nice to see Bobby Roode every once in a while. I don't think I've seen Bobby Roode maybe since fucking August. Like, I don't even remember the last time I fucking saw him on Monday Night Raw. So I can't even really comment, but apparently Gable and Roode defeated AOP, so apparently they are in line for a tag team title shot, considering AOP are your tag champs. Interesting how both tag champs lost on television this week here. So we did see Natalya taking on Ruby Riott. Another thing I didn't see, which I'm somewhat happy I didn't see, considering I'm not a fan of this fucking feud in the first place. Well, I wasn't a fan of just the way they did it. Like, I'm just not a fan. Whatever, dude. Fuck it, dude. I like Natalya. I like Ruby Riott, but it's nice. I'm glad that they have like a B story or a C story or whatever going on, with the women. I mean, it's good to see that everybody's getting, good amount of TV time. But, dude, I watched 5 hours of professional wrestling. Is this going to be the one thing that's like, I'm like, oh, man, did you see that Ruby Riott Natalya fucking match from Monday night? Like, no shit. Oh, my God. Like, no, dude. No one wants to fucking see that, dude. So thank you, Hulu, for fucking cutting that shit out. We saw it basically in your main event segment here. We saw Seth Rollins finally get his hands on Dean Ambrose. Basically, Seth played coy, saying, oh, no, I'm just taking off, man. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And then they're like, all right, man, I guess Seth's gone. And so Dean comes out. He's like, fucking fuck you, Seth. Basically pulls his cock out and fucking pisses all over the fucking ring. This prompts Seth Rollins to make his way back into the arena. And we finally saw the brawl to end it all. It was announced, obviously, at Survivor Series. We're going to see these two at TLC for the Intercontinental Championship. I wouldn't be surprised if Dean Ambrose, takes the title come TLC. And then we see a continuation of this feud, going into the Rumble and, probably Elimination Chamber maybe as your culmination before you set up into whatever feuds they're going into at WrestleMania. This is great. I have no complaints about this main event segment here, dude. I like Dean Ambrose. I like Seth Rollins. So, and again, I think this is kind of like, I guess, I mean, obviously it was the main event this week, so that's kind of cool that your Intercontinental title is, again, your main focus on fucking Monday Night Raw, man. So, whatever, guys. That was Monday Night Raw, motherfuckers. That was Monday Night Raw. We go into Tuesday night motherfucking Smackdown. We saw Charlotte Flair kick off Smackdown this past week here, basically addressing Ronda Rousey and basically saying, she was happy for what she did. Paige came out, basically said, hey, we're happy that you kicked her ass for Monday Night Raw too. Basically, Charlotte, coincided in the fact that, she did it for Becky Lynch, and that's why she did it. And that's why she just, destroyed Ronda Rousey the way that she did this past Sunday. You kind of wonder, I guess, now a couple days removed, like, would that have been the outline finish of the Ronda Rousey Becky Lynch match? Just Becky Lynch pulling out that kendo stick and just fucking destroying Ronda Rousey. I could see that. I could see that as a feasible way to go off air this past Sunday if that would have been, we actually would have seen Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey. But we saw Charlotte come out basically and more or less was fined $100,000 by Paige for attacking the referees. I liked how Paige said, she's like, well, because you attacked 5. She was very specific, you attacked 5 referees. That means we're going to fine you $100,000. And I'm kind of thinking to myself, okay, so what if, like, you know, she'd only attacked 4 then? Okay, so what? Then, like, a $50,000 fine? Like, oh, fuck yourself, Paige. Just like Xavier Woods and fucking Brad Maddox did. Oh, shit. Kevin Porter's dropping bombs. Fuck yeah, motherfuckers. I don't know, guys. But we saw Charlotte take on Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. Or basically, took them both on separately. This went like fucking like this was a long time. It seemed like this segment took a good like half hour or something, 45 minutes maybe of. No, at least 20 to 30 minutes, I would say. You know, and I mean, you know, I don't know. You know, like I guess I'm enjoying. I enjoyed Charlotte's promo on Tuesday. I know I'm saying like I'm enjoying the whole entire feud with now Charlotte being added into this situation, but basically, you know, she said that, you know, yeah, if Ronda Rousey comes around, she's gonna beat her ass. But we'll see what happens, guys. I mean, Becky Lynch hopefully will be back here within the next month. I don't know. I've heard nothing about a timetable for a return or anything like that. But so we'll see what happens. We saw the next segment though of The Miz and Shane McMahon on Miz TV. This was kind of a diverted, because he read on the dirt sheets going into Tuesday that this was going to be like a State of Smackdown address from Shane McMahon. This obviously wasn't. This was basically just The Miz jerking Shane McMahon off on live television this past Tuesday. Not to say I hated the segment or anything. I've really been enjoying The Miz the last, you know, month or so on TV and stuff, and seeing him. I guess they're going with some sort of Shane McMahon Miz storyline here. So it was kind of fun seeing how they teamed up against the Bryant brothers, and how ultimately the Bryant brothers got the win over Shane McMahon and The Miz by The Miz not paying the fuck attention there. I don't know exactly where this is going. I apologize, guys. I didn't bring any fucking water with me for this recording. I mean, it's kind of stupid. I'm too lazy to go to my fucking kitchen to grab a fucking bottle of water, and that's what it is, guys. We just, you know, this is why I need somebody here to talk with me about this, so I'm not talking for a whole fucking 45 minutes by myself, guys. So you get what you pay for. Guess what, motherfuckers? You don't pay shit for this. So we saw the New Day taking down the Bar and the Big Show in a Thanksgiving feast fight, which we saw these guys pair off in the Halloween street fight just a month ago. It is. I mean, New Day wins. I don't have anything against any of it. I mean, the wrestling's always good between all of them. It's just, you know, we've seen this. It's just again one of those things that we see every single fucking week, dude. We see this every single week, and it's like been like 2 years or something that we've seen these teams facing off against each other. And it's all right, I guess, but I don't know. It'd be nice to maybe throw in a sanity or some shit. I don't know. Fucking fuck you, WWE. But man, it was a fun little segment, I suppose. We did see Naomi and Asuka take on Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, which ultimately this is leading to the breakup of Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Again, you know, much like Raw with Ruby Riott and fucking Natalya, it's good to see that we do have A and B stories and C stories between all the shows here. Naomi and Asuka, I got nothing bad to say about them. Their shit's always fucking on point. Asuka's looking hot as ever. Same with Naomi. So we see the continued breakup though of Rose and Deville here. So we see him lose by submission. It looks like so. Or they did lose by submission. It was a great match, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so guys, we did see Daniel Bryan basically declare that the Yes Movement is fucking done away with, which I'm just gonna, you know, just right now on the podcast, just this whole segment. Golf clap, Daniel Bryan, dude. This was badass. I mean, with it just being like such a short turnaround in regards to like, you know, the turn and everything, and this obviously wasn't something that was a long drawn out scenario, which I'm kind of happy that they did it in just such a shocking fashion. I find it more, you know, it's just like, whoa, shit, like now I gotta pay attention. I mean, like, if they had like, you know, drawn this out over a couple month period or some shit, like, you know, most people probably would see it coming. And I mean, sometimes when it's predictable like that, it doesn't say like always take away the fun, but it can take away the fun. So when we get these moments where like, you know, they shock us with a Daniel Bryan heel turn and a fucking championship title change, you know, it's like, oh shit, no shit. And it's just like, oh, okay, cool. I'm going to fucking start paying attention a little bit more. So again, we got the explanation here. I really enjoyed the explanation here. Basically just Daniel Bryan saying, you know, that he, you know, his dream took over. His dream took him over and forced him to do what he had to do. And like, I like the whole, you know, he used the hyperbaric chamber 3 hours a day, and he was like, you know, kind of like, it's like going crazy and shit in his head and whatnot. And I really enjoyed the explanation. I thought it was a fun, different, you know, way of going about it. And you know, the Yes Movement's dead, and it's like all the greats, they consistently evolve. And I think that's what we're seeing here with Daniel Bryan. We're seeing him evolve that character. You know, the Yes Movement had gotten tired and stale, unfortunately. It's not like WWE really capitalized on it, you know, coming back. I mean, you can only do so much, I suppose. But seeing him go in this, you know, they announced that Daniel Bryan will be taking on AJ Styles in a rematch for the WWE Championship, which I think that's probably the one match I totally am looking forward to. That besides that and Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, I think those are definitely two matches that I'm highly looking forward to in regards to, you know, TLC pay-per-view. We did see Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio this past Tuesday night in the main event of Smackdown. This was a really, really fun match. They built up the match the whole entire evening there with the promos from Randy and Rey. And they built it up, you know, talking about the history of, you know, the history these guys have going all the way back to like 2006 and whatnot. So this main event match though, dude, Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio, they're really good in the fucking ring. Rey Mysterio's been nothing but fucking money since his return back full time with the WWE and shit. So I really enjoyed the spot where Rey, you know, does the slide outside of the ring, got hit with the RKO. Like Randy Orton always hits those. Fucking Randy Orton stole the mask of Rey Mysterio, guys. So that is the continuation of this story. Randy Orton obviously got the win, but you know, I don't think this is not the last that we've seen of these two. I suppose they're gonna have some sort of match at you know, TLC coming up here in the next 4 weeks. So yeah, dude, all is good on SmackDown. Pretty solid fucking show when it came to between the two shows this week, the two main ones at least. You know, kind of like just stopping and thinking. You know, SmackDown to me is always consistently the better show, in my opinion. I always feel that is, you know, consistently you get a little bit of better wrestling most of the time. And you know, I like Daniel Bryan, so like I like AJ Styles. I like a lot of the wrestlers on SmackDown a little bit more, but it was a really fun show this week. So kudos to WWE for pulling off I guess like 4 back-to-back nights. I mean, they were in LA the whole entire time. 4 back-to-back nights of pretty decent motherfucking wrestling. So we jump on over to Ring of Honor television, guys. And, you know, I know most weeks I bitch and complain about Ring of Honor and, like, you know, the continuity being an issue. And, again, most of the time, you know, you're in a small little arena. The crowd, there's really no crowd enjoyment. I mean, there is and is. I don't know. It's just like, you know, it's a wrestling show, you know, and it serves its purpose and whatnot, I guess. But this week I thought was like a really above average episode of Ring of Honor television here. We kicked off with Dalton Castle coming out and basically addressing how he wants his chance to become Ring of Honor World Champion again, as he had lost to Jay Lethal prior to going on the disabled list. This actually prompted the real Ring of Honor World Champion Matt Taven to come out and basically just get into it with Dalton Castle. And they had a good back and forth, you know, war of words here. And we obviously saw the red balloons come out. This prompted TK O'Ryan and Vinny Marseglia to attack the boys and fucking Dalton Castle. So I'm pretty sure they've already announced it for, I believe, Final Battle. We are going to see Dalton Castle take on Matt Taven. So it's good to see that, that's, because again, I thought we were going to see Matt Taven take on Jay Lethal for the world. I thought that's, what they were fucking leading up to. But obviously with Cody already being announced to be in that match against Jay Lethal, which that's, obviously that's a bigger match. I mean, Jay Lethal taking on Cody, and Cody getting, a one-on-one rematch for the Ring of Honor Championship. That's the bigger match, dude. That is a bigger match. But, they can always go back down the line, and have Matt Taven. Because Matt Taven's still claiming to be the real Ring of Honor World Champion. So at some point, they got to put the belts on the line against each other. So this is a good way to establish the feud between Dalton and fucking Matt Taven here. So come Final Battle, I am looking forward to these guys facing off there. So we do get a video recap, though, of the Briscoes taking out SCU. So basically, they took out Christopher Daniels. So it was basically announced that tonight it will be Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky taking on the Young Bucks and the Briscoes in the Triangle Ring of Honor World Tag Team match that would be considered a 2-part main event. So we saw two matches in regards to tonight here outside of the first opening segment there. We saw Shane Hurricane Helms taking on the villain Marty Scurll in a no disqualification match. So this is basically the blow off to this feud that had the last outing, which we didn't cover on the podcast because I think this was on their pay app or whatever. And I think they had it in Baltimore, but they had a match in Baltimore and basically Marty Scurll got disqualified. And basically, I ended up just beating the shit out of fucking Hurricane, stole his mask and shit. So it was kind of fun way they started this match because kind of like how it's kind of funny how they ended Smackdown with Randy Orton taking Rey Mysterio's mask. Here we saw Marty Scurll come out with Sugar Shane Hill. I want to say fucking Sugar Shane, fucking Hurricane Helms' fucking mask and whatnot. And then we saw an appearance of Delirious. Coming out and causing the distraction with because that's what happened in Baltimore. Because that's what happens. Because fucking Marty Scurll fucking came up from behind and attacked Hurricane. Because Hangman Page fucking threw up the distraction, dressing like Marty Scurll in the villain outfit and causing that whole fucking distraction there. Kind of a la was it Christian and Chris Jericho back at I think it was the Royal Rumble in fucking was it 2000? I guess it would have been 2003. People have done that shit before, dude. But nonetheless, it's fun the way they started it here. So Hurricane Helms gets the advantage on the villain. A really fun fucking match here, dude. They ended up laying out fucking thumbnail tacks. Marty Scurll did, and then eventually Marty Scurll took a fucking choke slam onto the fucking thumbtacks there. Holy shit, dude. This is fucking intense, dude. They ended up because I watched it on their app. So, but on basic TV, they censored the shit out of it. It's fully censored. It's kind of funny to see that. But yeah, they beat the shit out of each other in this match, man. And then it was cool because Marty Scurll threw thumbtacks into Hurricane's fucking mouth and then gave him a super kick. Oh my gosh, dude, it was sick, dude. Dude, if you go out of your fucking way, dude. I would honestly say normally I throw it up, kind of at the end in regards to the matches of the week here, but I would say my top 3 have to be fucking. You got your Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton match from SmackDown. That's 3, and then I gotta give it to fucking Hurricane and Marty Scurll here. Fucking that dude, fucking Marty Scurll and fucking Hurricane. You get the match of the week, motherfuckers. Ultimately we did see Marty Scurll win the match at 12 minutes and 59 seconds there. So this obviously ends the feud in regards to the villain versus the superhero here, which I'm fucking, I love both those guys. So, we'll see what's next for the villain. We did see a video package with Brandy Rhodes basically saying that she's coming back to Women of Honor action. Basically, this was just a promo basically telling that she broke her clavicle and just, kind of going into the injury, the history of the injury and whatnot. And she is going to be returning to action. So we'll be seeing here most likely in the next couple weeks. We did see SCU enter first for the main event here. So again, it was Kaz and Scorpio Sky that were representing SCU out there. This was your main event, and this would be my second match of the week. This was definitely, I want to say this is my favorite match of the week just because of the outcome. But I thought this was just a really fun fucking match, dude. The Briscoes, the Young Bucks, and fucking SCU are like, that's your top talent in my opinion. Like some of your top talent in fucking Ring of Honor right now. And the tag team scene there is definitely, it feels like it's been this, the same teams for quite some time. But nonetheless, it's very solid work. It's always solid in-ring work when you get any of these teams in here, even though I fucking hate the Briscoes. I think the Briscoes are fucking redneck fucking pieces of shit. So fuck you and go back to, where is it, Delaware? Are they from like Delaware? It's like, who the fuck lives in Delaware, dude? Or it's like Virginia. I don't fucking know, dude. It's somewhere over there. Somewhere. I don't know, dude. But ultimately we saw SCU capture the tag team championships here with Scorpio Sky pulling off the fucking the victory. This prompted Daniels to the ring in his neck brace. Basically just a lot of love and celebration here in regards to SCU winning the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships here. Obviously, this continues the storyline that basically said that, hey, their contracts are up, here come Final Battle, and they weren't going to renew the contract, so they feel that, hey, if we're the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships, that gives us more leverage regarding it. So, all right, guys, so this was, yeah, all right, I mean, Ring of Honor this week, guys, I think this was a very solid episode of TV. And if you don't normally watch Ring of Honor on a weekly basis, I would definitely say go out of your way this week and check it out, dude, because it was a very fun fucking show. We move on over to NXT, which I'll be fucking outright honest, guys. With it being Thanksgiving and shit, and just being out of town for where I was and not having access to the internet, I just literally got home here. And I'm recording this right away, and I haven't had the chance to spend the hour to watch fucking NXT. So we got the results here. We saw Keith Lee. It's basically just a bunch of like squash matches outside of fucking Nikki Cross and Candice LeRae in the main event. But Keith Lee was on here, and I think this is like, and just building up. You're at least with Keith Lee, man. He's gonna be a fucking star on WWE for years to come, in my opinion. I really hope they don't drop the fucking ball with this guy, because I really think this guy is fucking money, dude. So Keith Lee fucking trounced all over fucking Murray. These are all matches that were taped prior to TakeOver this past week here. So I imagine that there were a lot of packages highlighting the main stories that came out of fucking, War Games and shit, with obviously Ricochet, Pete Dunne, pulling out, and War Raiders pulling out the win in War Games, Velveteen Dream losing to Tommaso Ciampa in the NXT main, NXT Championship match, and, Aleister Black defeating fucking Johnny Gargano, which again, that was kind of, I don't know. I figured that they would maybe like continue that feud there, but apparently not. So, but again, we're going to see more television down the line. So, we only got a couple months until the Royal Rumble and the next NXT takeover in January. So we'll see where they're going here. We did also see Lars Sullivan in action. Lars Sullivan took on some other fucking job guy. Apparently this job guy was also on Smackdown as part of the Bryant brothers as well. So Lars Sullivan's making his main roster debut. Obviously, I don't think we talked about it yet on the podcast here, but he's going to be moving up from NXT to the main roster here in the next month or so. So, it's good to see, Lars Sullivan getting the call up. I'm glad to see they're not just rushing him on TV. And apparently they have a decently planned idea for when he does arrive on the main roster. So I would imagine that he's probably going to SmackDown, just based on the fact that Braun Strowman's on Raw. And I imagine that, if everything were to go to plan, that these two are going to meet up at some point down the road. But until then, probably best to keep him off each other's brand, off the same brand. In the main event, though, we did see Candice LeRae taking on Nikki Cross here, which Cross actually defeated LeRae here. So this is like, if I was going to go out of my way really for anything from this week, it definitely would have been Nikki Cross and Candice LeRae. I'm definitely fans of both of them, and I probably will go out of my way to at least watch this match. either later tonight, if not by tomorrow. So good to see that the women got the main event of the show here. And again, I don't imagine outside of, this is kind of the culmination of the back of the Nikki Cross, Candice LeRae, feud that kind of was started over the whole Nikki Cross fucking, oh, I have a secret. And, Johnny Gargano obviously being the, husband of Candice LeRae, and him recently turning heel and whatnot. So it'll be interesting to see where LeRae goes and where this all goes. I'm a big fan of Candice LeRae and Nikki Cross, so good to see them both on NXT television, guys. Hey, we are at the end of the fucking episode, guys. I'm so fucking pumped. So, I don't know. That was the week of professional wrestling, guys. I would say definitely with Survivor Series, NXT last week. And this week's television, again, I thought, for the most part, dude, everything was pretty decent. So, I'm looking forward, I suppose, to TLC. I'm looking forward to Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles. I'm looking forward to Dean Ambrose, fucking Seth Rollins. I'm not looking forward to fucking Baron Corbin and Braun Strowman, but I guess we're going to have to see that no matter what. So, we'll see the card fill out most likely here in the next couple weeks. I don't know exactly. I think we kind of have an idea, but... again, Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, that feud's continuing. It's good to see Final Battle is getting filled out, and that I think, definitely again, I think we may just have to spend the money, guys, and just get get the subscription to Honor Club and just go ahead and watch it live. I think I owe it to Ring of Honor just to get the subscription, and hey man, we got fucking Wrestle Kingdom coming up here in January, so that's about a month away. So that's pretty exciting. And again, I know that we don't talk a lot about New Japan Pro Wrestling on here, and that's only just because I don't have enough time to fucking watch all the New Japan Pro Wrestling fucking events and whatnot. But I think we'll definitely be getting New Japan World for that, and we will be doing coverage of that here on the podcast. We got exciting fucking news coming up here. Hopefully for the pay-per-views moving forward, we're going to start having my good friend Jack Hennessy on the podcast. I talked to him here yesterday, and we kind of made it official that we're gonna try to get together monthly for the pay-per-views and just chill and fucking record a podcast after. And I want to start involving more people on this wrestling podcast. So, if you're a listener and you know me in person and you want to get fucking involved, dude, more than welcome, dude. Hit me up, dude. Let's start covering some professional wrestling. Let's get more people on this shit. And, fuck yeah, motherfuckers. I'm excited for professional wrestling, and thank you for listening this week. We will, we'll see you fucking next week, guys. Later.
SCU! We are the best. SCU. The pride of the West. SCU. Born to be great. SCU. From the Golden State. SCU. From the mountains to the beach to the Hollywood hills. Pop out to the desert for some SoCal thrills. We run this scene all day and all night. Ring general, the rebel, and the violent delight. Our life, it's a beach. Your life is a bitch. No goals out of reach. SCU get rich. We don't be censored, and we can't be ruled. We pity your city, and we pity you fools. We are the best. SCU. The pride of the West. SCU. Born and great. SCU. From the Golden State. SCU. We are the best. SCU. The pride of the West. SCU. Born and great. SCU. From the Golden State. SCU. It's your man C3. SCU. With the KATC. SCU. I'm the SKY. SCU. Now it's Scorpio stinging. SCU. Let me say this first, man. SCU. Your town is the worst, man. SCU. And if you're ever in doubt, man, SCU. You can shout it out loud, man. Yo, Scorpio, how about this town, huh? This is the worst Let's stick him in a box.
This is the worst daggone town I've ever been in.
And if I hear another fiddle, though, I swear I'm gonna jump off a bridge. I hate this town. I hate this town. I can't wait to get back to Southern California.
SCU!